All right, welcome back to another game of Top of the Key basketball. So codename Top of the Key, and in this game we're going to have the 1997-98 Pacers against the New Jersey Nets. So we got all of our dice ready to go. This will be for the Pacers and for the Nets, and it's not really necessary to have two different colors, but going with that. But you do need some sort of indication as to where the ball is going. We have our starters here, and then we have all our bench players here. We got all of our plays that we can call or just sort of let the dice decide. In fact, I need to get another die for that. Let me do that. Let's do something more conspicuous like red. So I use this just to mark, to decide the play and to mark what play it's going to be. I revamped the score sheet, so we have both teams on one side. The last one I did was bigger and portrait, but you had to flip it over every time. That was getting really annoying. But I've also cleaned this up a little bit, so the starters have 24 shot attempts, and the backups only have, you can see they start here. So the backups, they only have 12. I figure most backup players are not going to get more than 12 shots off. Most of the starters are not going to get 24 shots off. So I think Michael Jordan averaged like 23 a game. So he may get more, may get a little bit less. Just depends on the game and how the game flows. Haven't changed our clock or anything. It's over here, and then you can't see it, but I have all of the plays here. So what I've done is I've really cut this down. Not necessarily the options or the things that happen. I've just cut down into a D12 or a 2D6 roll. So before, these were a D20 roll, and now I made the missed shots, the block shots, the rare plays, even with the assists and the steals and the fast break. Those are all just D6 rolls, and I'll just explain those as they come along and why I did that. So I'll talk about that in a bit. But we still have the same 1 to 100 system for the players, and a 2 to 12 system for whatever type of play it is. So let's get into this and we'll walk through it. One of the other things that I did was here on the player cards, I just moved their stats around a little bit. So now we have points, rebounds, and assists here on the right hand side. Minutes played, steals, and blocks are on the left hand side. And it's just I found that while playing the game, it's nice to have points, rebounds, assists in a nice little package there. It also will help you to evaluate the players and just kind of look through and see what everybody did. Keith Van Horn, definitely one of their star players, 27-2. Pretty good year for Keith Van Horn, former Utah Ute. So let's we'll take a die from each for the tip-off. Simply roll. It's a tie here, so let's just roll till it's not a tie. And then we have 4. This is going to be for the Nets. This is the yellowest for the Pacers. So it's going to be Nets ball on the tip-off. And let's get this one started. So first roll you do is to figure out the play. So it's going to be a low post play. And then we have sort of our D10s and our D6s all set out together. 0, 0, 0 is going to be a 100 for me. So I don't have a 100 per se on my dice. I have a 0, 0. So it's all on a 1 to 100 scale. If you're using 2 D10s, then set your D10s to be 1 to 100, however you need to do. For me, I have zeros and not 10s, so those are most of the time going to be a 10. So we have a 100. That's a rare play right off the bat, you can see. And so we have our rare plays here, and we're going to roll our 2 D6s. We're going to add those 5, and that's going to be a shot clock violation right off the bat. So I think that counts as a team turnover. We're not going to give anyone a turnover on that, but it does cost a possession. So Indiana ball, and they're going to be into the motion offense. We have a 10 plus a 4 is 14. And then we have a 6 on our play. Hopefully you can see that yellow die okay. I don't know if you can or not, but I'll just call these out. So it's a 6, and a 6 is going to be a drive. 14 is for the power forward, so we just set Antonio Davis with the ball. Now on a drive to the basket, I'm going to roll 1d6, and both of these, well, if you have 2 d10s or a d100 and a d10, you can see here that he is, well, I don't know if you can see, you're in the cheap seats today. I'm trying to show everything, and just trying to get everything on the board so you can just see it. So Antonio Davis, 64.6, so you can round that up to 65 if you want. You could also roll another d10, which would be a percentile die for the 0.6. He is being guarded by Keith Van Horn, who's a +2 on his defense, so 65 plus 2 is 67, and we'll see if he is under that. It is a 16, so he makes the basket. Now this is a 1, and on a 1 or a 2, that's going to be a foul. So if he doesn't make the basket, he goes to the line for 2. If he makes the basket, it's a chance for an and 1. So Keith Van Horn, Antonio Davis takes it to the rack, and that's going to be a bucket with a chance for a free throw. So 70% is his free throw percentage. It's an 85, so that's going to be a miss for Antonio Davis. And we need to do the rebound, right? So the rebound is a 7, and we check our missed shot here, and so 7 is R1 on the defense. I think we have multiple. We don't have multiple R1s. We only have one. So that's Jason Williams, who comes down with the rebound, and we're going to credit him with the board. All right, so it will be Nets basketball. They're down 2-0. Let me go ahead and get my other phone so I can keep score. All right, and we got our scoreboard up and going now. Just had to get the other phone. Our pace of play, by the way, is 45 possessions per quarter. So we're going to try to play that out and see. We should get about the right number of shots. Usually in this time period, this era, somewhere between 75 and 85 shots per team is probably what we're going to wind up at. But Nets ball, and they'll be in the pick and roll offense. So this is going to highlight the point guard and the center, which is Jason Williams and Sam Cassell. 41 is going to be to the point guard. 11 is going to be a non-shooting foul. So that's going to be a foul on Mark Jackson as he gets his first. And first team foul. So I do count a possession on that when there's a team foul. I'm not sure if that's exactly how you would do that, but people have different opinions on possessions. So they call out the low post offense. This is going to be a jump shot to the small forward, and the small forward is Kendall Gill. And on a jumper or a three-pointer, I'll just roll everything. So you're going to want to see this one. So 82 on a jump shot of 34 minus 2, so 32% is his jump shot percentage. So that's more than that percentage, so that's going to be a miss for Kendall Gill. So just mark that miss, and we have an 8 on the rebound. That's R2 to the defense. We don't have any R2s, we have a bunch of R3s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll for Indiana. Roll a d6. We have 1, 2, 3 R3s, and we have 2 R1s. So what you can do is you can roll. A 1 to 5 is just the person, and if it's a 6, you can just choose. You can also just choose, so you can go with the highest rated rebounder, which is Dale Davis. I don't typically like to do that because these guys are going to get their boards, especially as R1 rebounders. So I'm going to give it to Reggie Miller. So I rolled a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6 is kind of a wild card. You can do whatever you want. So Reggie with the board. And we go back the other way with Indiana. Indiana leads 2-0. We got the 3-point offense here. This is going to highlight the shooting guard and the small forward. We have a 7. 7's going to be a 3-point shot for 82. That's going to be Reggie Miller with the 3. He's a 43% shooter. Kendall Gill is Kerry Kittles is a -1 defender. So 42 is what he needs to hit in order to hit on it. It's a 71. That's going to be a miss for Reggie, as he misses on his first 3. The rebound goes to R1 on the defense. So that's going to be Jason Williams with his second board. And it tells me here that it's also going to be a fast break. So you can see here R1 defense with the 2 arrows means that it starts a fast break. So we'll see how to do that. In fact, we can just keep this here. What we need is our 2 D6s, and we roll against the fast break to see what happens. We have a 9, and that means that the fast break stops and they go into the setup offense. So no completion of the fast break, good defense, getting back for the Nets. And so they just simply good defense by the Pacers. We simply get into the setup offense for the Nets. So 3-point play, we have a non-shooting foul, and that's on the point guard. So Mark Jackson with his second foul. 2 quick ones here in the opening part of the game. So we're going to go ahead and get Travis Best into the game. You can see we have Jalen Rose here on the bench, 21 points or 21 minutes a game. I can see I need to go back and do these with the. All right, yeah, I'll have to go back and do that. So we have a non-shooting foul. We move a possession. We just kind of start the possession over. Nets basketball, and it will be an 8. An 8 is a 3-point shot for 97. Now 97 is going to be the center. The center is Jason Williams. He has a 0 3-point percentage, so I'm not going to make him shoot a 3. And what we can do is I've given allowance to pass the ball 2 times, and if you have to pass it a 3rd time, you either have to take the shot or it's a shot clock violation. 8, another 3-point opportunity. This time it's for Sam Cassell. Cassell, not a great 3-point shooter here, 19%. He's guarded by Travis Best, who is a -2, so 17%. Let's go ahead and pass it one more time. We run the risk of a shot clock violation the more we pass it. So there's a bit of risk reward there. This is going to be a jump shot, which most people can take. 70 on a jump shot is to Keith Van Horn. Van Horn, 37% on his jumper, becomes a 36 with Davis's defense. And a 36, he hits on it, so Keith Van Horn rattles it home for the bucket. And we check our D12s. This is why I did the D12s for all of these, so that we can only have 2 rolls for the most part. So most possessions are solved by the D100 and the 2 D6s here, and then a second roll is did they make it, and if they missed, then we use the same D6 roll for a miss or for an assist. We use that for steals, we use it for fast breaks, everything. So just try to simplify things just a little bit. 11 is an assist to a 3, so an A3, we have 3 of those. So we roll, we get a 1, and so basically it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how I kind of break that up, and I make that pretty clear in the game guide. I haven't finished the game guide yet, but I make it clear, like when this situation happens and you need to choose, you can either simply choose if you want to. You can use the highest rated assist player, which would have been Kendall Gill, or you can roll for it to see which of the players gets it. So with 3 players, a D6 breaks up nicely into 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. And so it's going to go to Kerry Kittles. So Kittles with the assist. And New Jersey ties it up early. Only 6 possessions in. Again, we're going 45 for the quarter. This is not a short play game. This is very much a long play game. And it's going to give you the real feel of basketball and getting to the basket, and it's going to give you very realistic stats. So just know that for all the time that you're spending, you're getting a lot of realism in this game. So we have a 10. That's going to be a drive to the basket for the shooting guard. This is going to be Reggie Miller. Again, we do our our D100 and 1D6. It's a 3, so no foul on the play, and an 11 is far below his 76% on the drive. So Reggie Miller drives to the basket, and that's going to be a bucket on a drive. There's inherently no assists on a drive by definition of an assist. Spot up offense, this is going to go to the Nets. 6 on the spot up offense, this will be a jumper, and that jumper goes to Kerry Kittles. So Kittles 39%, minus 1, 38%. It's a 61, so that's going to be a miss on his first field goal attempt. The board is going to be an offensive board. 12 says R2 offense and 2 points in parentheses. So we look for an R2. We don't have an R2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that to Jason Williams. So I can kind of choose and craft things. So it's going to be Jason Williams with the board. Offensive board, I just kind of give a little slash there, and then he goes right back up for the buckets. Ties it at 4. And it will be the ISO play. So 7 on the ISO play, that's a jump shot to Reggie Miller. Reggie is going to be off the mark again. It's 1 for 2, 1 for 3 from the field. A 5 on the rebound is going to be an R4. So we have, sorry, over here, R4. We only have one of those. That's going to be Sam Cassell with the rebound. So long rebound for the Nets, and they're coming back the other way. 4-4 is our score early in this one. And we have a 1. So that'll be to the pick and roll. 4 is going to be out of bounds. On an out of bounds play, I simply pick up and roll. 1-3 is going to be out of bounds to the offense. 4-6 is going to be a turnover. So it'll go to the defense. It's a turnover. 39, that's going to go to the point guard. That is Sam Cassell with the turnover. First turnover of the game. And we go back to Indiana. 3-point offense. 9 is going to be a jump shot to the small forward. That's Chris Mullin getting into it. So Mullin is going to be a 43 minus 2, so 41%. It's a 0.08, and that means that Mullin hits on the jumper for the buckets. And the assist is an A2. We don't have any A2s, so we're just going to say no assist on the play. That's usually what I do when there's, because it's not required to have an assist. All right, New Jersey with the ball. A 4 is going to be a block shot. So we need to find out who took the shot. 71 is going to be the center. That'll be Jason Williams, who gets his stuff thrown back. And so that's going to be a missed shot for him. And then we need to figure out what happened on the block shot. So we got a 9. You can see here a 9 on the block shot column is B3 to the defense. So let's see if we have any B3s. 1, 2 B3s. I'm sorry. We have just 1 B3. So that's Chris Mullin. Comes in behind, gets the swat. as Chris Mullin with a block. And Indiana back the other way. A block shot can start a fast break. A defensive rebound can start a fast break. So those are sort of the ways that you get into the fast break offense. Low post offense here for Indiana. We got an 8. That'll be a jump shot for Chris Mullin. Mullin again, 41%. It's a 14, so that's going to be good. As Mullin now 2 for 2 out of the gate. That'll bring up an assist 4. We don't have any A4s, so we'll just leave it be. And it'll be Nets basketball. You can see the game is moving more quickly and with a lot more flow now that we don't have to like bring in all these other dice and stuff like that, mechanics. A 10, this is going to be a drive to the basket for the center, Jason Williams. So again, I like to just use the die for the team. You don't have to do that, obviously. 54, that's definitely well below his drive, and it's not a 1 or a 2. So Jason Williams takes it to the rack for the bucket and draws the Nets within 1. 8-6, our score early on. 15 possessions into this one, and Indiana with the ball. 3-point offense. We have a drive to the basket for Chris Mullin. It's a 3, and the drive is a 99, so that's going to be a miss. And the 3 means that there's no foul, and a 5 means that there's an R4. Rebound 4 on the defense is going to go to Sam Cassell. So Cassell crashing the boards. He's already got 2 in the game. (8-6) our score. Nets with the ball. 3-point offense. We're going to have a 3-pointer here. The shot is going to be taken by the power forward, Keith Van Horn, who's actually an excellent 3-point shooter. 31%. Excellent for the time and for a power forward. Put it that way. 31% minus 1 is 30%. So he's going to let it fly. It is a 19, and that is up and in as Keith Van Horn drains the 3. Gives the Nets the 1-point lead at the 17 possession mark. 7 is going to be an assist to the A1. That's Sam Cassell with his first assist. Cassell, 8 assists a game for the Nets as he dishes it out to Keith Van Horn, maybe coming off a curl to the corner or something like that. And we have a pick and roll offense. This is a 3-point shot for the point guard. That's going to be Travis Best in the game. He's a 30% 3-point shooter plus 1 for Sam Cassell. So 31% is what we're trying to get to. It's above that, so that's going to be a miss. As let's get Travis Best. So he misses on the 3-point shot. A 4 on the rebound is going to be R2. And on the defense, and this is going to start a fast break. So let's go ahead and do a roll. We have a 1, 2, 3 R3s. So Kendall Gill with the rebound, and he's going to start a fast break. So the fast break is just the D6s. That's going to be into the setup offense. So they slow things down, don't have the numbers. Good transition defense from Indiana, and it's into the 3-point play. Jump shot for the shooting guard, Kerry Kittles. Kittles with a 77. That's going to be a miss. He is 0 for 2. A little bit of bad shooting from the net so far. An 8 on the rebound is R2 to the defense. We have a bunch of R3s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chris Mullin with the board. And coming back the other way is Indiana with the ball into the low post offense. It's a jump shot for the power forward Antonio Davis. Davis, 38% shooter, is guarded by Keith Van Horn, who gives him a little bit. So 40% for Davis. It's an 88, and that's off the mark as Antonio Davis with the miss. And the rebound goes to R4 on the offense. So we're going to get an offensive rebound. We have no R4s. So we're going to go up a level to the R3s. And we have a few of those. Actually, let's just see. Let's just do 1 to 5. So we got a 3. That's going to be Chris Mullin. And I'm still figuring out the best way for me to do that. But Chris Mullin with the offensive board. And we get right back into the offense. I just like to roll again. So there's a few rough spots. That's one of them right there that I got to find some more programmatic way to smooth out. There's a drive, and this is going to go to the shooting guard. So Reggie Miller puts it on the floor and goes to the rim. It's a 65. He is a 76, and that's going to be up and in, and we have a 1. So that's a chance for an M1 as he puts in the drive, and he goes to the line for free throw. 86% is his percentage. 66 means he puts it in, and Reggie Miller completes the three-point play. Gives Indiana a 2-point lead early in the game. We are 22 possessions in. It's Nets ball. They're in the pick and roll offense, and it's going to be a 3-point shot. That's going to come from the center. I don't think so. Dale Davis, not a 3. He doesn't even have a 3-point shot. So we're going to pass the ball. That's going to be a 3-point shot again. 88. This is to the power forward Davis. I don't think so. And we're going to pass one more time and see if we can get another 3-pointer. This time to the point guard. So Travis Best is going to let it fly. He is going to be a 31% chance. That's an 18. What was it before? It was a 70 and it rolled on to the 10. So that's going to be an 18 as Travis Best, the lefty, drains it from downtown. He's now 1 for 2 from 3-point. And a 10 is going to be A3. We have 2 of those. And it'll be Antonio Davis with the assist on the 3-pointer. Into the 3-point offense for the Nets. This is going to be out of bounds, so we're going to roll. And that's out of bounds. It goes to the offense, so no turnover. Just going to simply try again. This will be a non-shooting foul. And that's on the shooting guard. So Reggie Miller with his first. 3rd team foul. When they get it, anything past 4 is going to be into the bonus. So 14-9 our score. Nets with the ball. Low post offense. This is going to be a drive to the basket for the center, Jason Williams. Williams, no foul on the play. 84 is going to be a miss. He's only a 70% on his drive, so Williams can't convert on the drive. We have a rebound to the R1. We got 2 of those. Which Davis brother will it be? It'll be Dale Davis with the board. They're not actually brothers. But a formidable front line. They're 2 really good players back in the day. We have a 3-point offense. This is going to be a 3-point shot for the power forward. Again, we're going to pass out of that. 10 is going to be a drive to the basket for said power forward. So he gives up the ball, gets it right back, and Dale Davis is going to the rack. 65% plus 2 is 67%. A 36 is up and in. A 2 is fouled on the play. And Antonio Davis with another 3-point opportunity. He's a 70% free throw shooter. You can see it's a 19, and he converts the 3-point play. Not really ready to sub anybody in yet. 17-9 our score early in this one. Pick and roll offense for the Nets. It is a 10. A 10 is going to be a drive to the basket. That is for the point guard, Sam Cassell, as he puts it on the floor. Tries to get to the rim. 58% minus 2 is 56. He's a 64, and there's no foul on the play, so that's going to be a miss for Sam Cassell. That's his first shot of the game, and it will be a R3 on the defense. We have 3 of those, and it's going to go to Travis Best, getting his nose in there. So Best with the rebound. Spot up offense. This is going to be a 6. 6 is going to be a jump shot, and that is to the small forward, Chris Mullin. Mullin up and over the defense. He's a 43% minus 2, so 41%. That's going to be off the mark. He missed his last 2. And a 5 is going to be an R4 to the defense. That'll be a rebound for Sam Cassell. His 3rd board of the game. About halfway through the first opening period. Spot up offense, and this is going to be a jump shot for the small forward, Kendall Gill. Kendall Gill with a 54. He's only a 34 on his jumper, so that's going to be off the mark for him. He is 0 for his first 2, and an 8 on the board is going to be an R2. We don't have any R2s. We do have some R3s, I believe. Yeah. Let's do this one. Okay, and Travis Best getting in there with another board. 2 rebounds for the guard. Both point guards sticking their nose up in it in this one. We got a pick and roll offense, and this is going to be out of bounds, so let's check. It is out of bounds to the offense, so we'll stay here. It's going to be a 6. 6 is a 3-point shot for Travis Best. He hit on his last one. Let's see if he can drain it again. He is a 31% from 3. It's up and good. Travis Best, 6 points off the bench. Filling in for Mark Jackson, who had a couple of quick fouls in this one. The score is 20-9, and it's been a bit of a rough go here for the Nets. 5 is to an A2, and we got 3 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be Mullin with the assist. If you don't want to keep all the stats, this game moves quite a bit quicker, I think. But I'm just keeping all the stats here. So, motion play. This is going to be a 3-point shot for the center. Not going to happen. And this will be a drive to the basket for the center. That's a lot better. So we've got Jason Williams going to the basket, 70%. Minus 1 is a 69. So 1 to 69, but he's going to come up short on the drive. But he does get fouled, so there's no shot attempt there. So you can see a 1 or 2, they get fouled. He gets 2 shots here. 62. He's a 67% shooter, so he makes the first. and he makes the second. So Jason Williams with 2. Draws the Nets within 9. With 31 possessions into the first quarter. This is going to be a 7. So 3-point shot for the shooting guard. That's Reggie getting open for 3. 43 becomes a 41, and he drains it. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Reggie Miller. And that assist is going to go to an A4. We don't have any of those. So Reggie creates his own shot on the outside. 23-11 is our score as the Pacers have come out firing. This is going to be a drive to the basket for the point guard, Sam Cassell. No foul on the play, and Cassell is going to miss the shot. So he's missed both of his shots. He was calling for a foul, didn't get it, and the rebound is a 6. That's going to go to the R1. So which Davis will it be? It'll be Antonio Davis with the board. His first. And going back the other way, Indiana with the ball as they walk it up the floor. They're into the 3-point offense. They're going to get a 3-point shot for the small forward, Chris Mullin. Mullin, a 44% 3-point shooter, -2 is 38. I'm sorry, 44 -2 is 42. We got an 87 though. He's going to miss that. But we're going to get an offensive rebound, looks like. Mullin now just 2 for 5 from the floor. We're going to get an R2 offensive rebound with a 2-point putback. So we don't have any R2s, so let's just go ahead and roll for one of these big guys here. It'll be Dale Davis with the board. So offensive rebound and a putback for his first 2 of the game. And Indiana putting a whooping on them, as they say where I grew up. 7, this is going to be a 3-point shot for the small forward. That's going to be Kendall Gill rising up for a 3. He's a 26% shooter. -2 is a 24. He is a 27. So off the back iron is Kendall Gill. Gill now 0 for 3 from the floor. And a 10 is going to be an R1 defensive rebound, and that's going to start a fast break. So Antonio Davis with the board. His second rebound. He kicks it out and they start the fast break. 6 on the fast break is going to be a 2-point attempt. This is a jump shot for the point guard, and that will be Travis Best. So a 2-point jumper, 36%. It's a 39, and that's off the back iron. So Travis Best with the miss. And what happens on the rebound? The rebound is going to be an R3 to the defense. So R3 will be one of 3 people. That's Kerry Kittles with his first board of the game. Three-point offense. This is going to be a point guard, Sam Cassell, with a 3-point shot. He is 19%, -2, so 17% from 3. It's a 25. He's going to be off the mark. You can again pass out of that if you want to. 6 on the, or 4 on the rebound is going to be R2 to the defense. So let's look. It's going to be Travis Best with the rebound, his third board, and he's going to just push it up the floor on the fast break. 5 is going to be into the setup offense. No numbers, so he pulls it out, and that's going to be into the low post. This is a drive for the shooting guard, Reggie Miller. Miller takes it to the basket. It's Miller time as he lays it up and in. No resistance there from the New Jersey defense, and it's now 27-11, so 16-point lead early on for the Pacers. Having a really good first quarter. Pick and roll. This is going to be a drive to the basket for the center, Jason Williams. As he takes the rock, a 57 is up and good, and Jason Williams lays it in for a bucket. He's really been the only offense for New Jersey. Van Horn has been okay, just not getting him the ball, and I'll talk about how you can do that in just a minute. We'll just kind of let it play out a little bit here and see how things go. So 8 is going to be a drive to the basket. That is for Reggie. So Reggie taking it hard again. A 93 is off the mark, but we have a 1 here, and he gets fouled. So Reggie is going to be fouled by Kerry Kittles. Kittles' first foul of the game. First team foul for the Nets, and going to the line is going to be an 87% free throw shooter. He makes the first, and he makes the second. So Reggie about as automatic as you can be from the line. Okay, now let's try to get Keith Van Horn into the game a little bit. He's our power forward. We want to make sure we run something where the power forward's going to get the ball. That's either going to be the low post or the pick and roll. So let's go with the low post offense and see if we can get Van Horn some shots. 10 is going to be a non-shooting foul. That goes to the point guard. So Travis Best with his first foul. And again, that's the 14th foul. So the next foul is going to put the Nets to the line. Still in the low post offense, a 12 is going to be a 3-point shot. That goes to the small forward, Kendall Gill. Gill, 26%, minus 2, so 24%. It's a 38. He is off the mark, as he has missed his first 4 shots from the floor. That will be R1 defense, so we need to figure out who that is. That's Dale Davis with the board. His 3rd rebound of the game. And we're at 42 possessions. Remember, 45 is the end of the quarter for us, so that's going to be, this is the final minute. Usually it's about 3 to 4 blocks of time for 1 minute. So we're in the last minute, and it will be what do we have? We have a low post offense, we have a drive to the basket, and that's going to be for Antonio Davis. Davis with a 67. He's a 65 plus 2 is 67, so he puts it up and in. No foul on the play. That's a 6. So Antonio Davis with the bucket as he takes it to the rim and lays it in. Let's go and stick with the low post offense for the Nets. Again, we're trying to feed the ball to Keith Van Horn. 6 is going to be a drive to the basket for said Keith Van Horn. And let's see if we can get him in there. 60 or 59%, minus 1, so 1 to 58. And Van Horn is off the mark. And that's going to be no foul on the play. The rebound is to the R1, and that's going to be Dale Davis again. And Indiana with the ball. Coming back down the floor. This will be a spot up offense, so thinking 2-pointers, 3-pointers, mostly 2-point shots, and not many opportunities for block shots in this offense. So 8 is a jump shot. That's going to go to the small forward, Chris Mullin. So you really can craft the offense to try to go to the players that you want to get it to with the types of shots you want them to have. So he's a 43% shooter on the jump shot, which is really good. And minus 2 is a 41%. We have a 69, just as I talked good about him. He misses his 4th shot in a row. And it's going to be R1 to the defense, which is Jason Williams. He's the only R1 on the floor right now. and we'll keep them in the low post offense. This is the last play of the quarter. So we are at the 45 possession mark, and 79 is going to be to the center, Jason Williams. That's going to be a drive to the basket. And Williams is a 69-70%. -1 is 69. No foul on the play, but he does put the basket up and in at the buzzer. And Jason Williams, if it wasn't for Jason Williams, the Nets would be totally sunk. They're down 16 as it is, as the Pacers have come out and just put a number on them. Let me put you on hold for a second, and I will get the first quarter totals here. All right, so totaling everything up, my numbers are correct. So 31-15 is our score after one. Pacers over the Nets. Nets with a pretty horrific first quarter, except Jason Williams. 10 points in the first quarter, 5 for Van Horn, 0 for the rest of the team. And for the visiting Pacers, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 for Reggie, 4 for Chris Mullin, 2, 4, 6, 7 points for Antonio Davis, 6 for Travis Best off the bench, and a bucket for Dale Davis. All right, it will be Indiana basketball as we start the second quarter. I'm just going to try to play out a couple of quarters here. You can get a good feel for the game and where it's at now. It's pretty close. I think I've got a logo. I think this feels really good to me. I don't know if I want to make sure that this is horizontal instead of vertical. That way we have like 4 horizontal pieces. Not sure about that. So it will be the motion offense. We got a 6. That's going to be a drive to the basket for the power forward, Antonio Davis. So Davis with a 12. That's going to be a bucket. It's a 2. That's an and 1 opportunity. So he's going to go to the line. He's not a great free throw shooter, 70%. So I'm going to roll everything. It's an 85, so he's going to miss. He is 1 for 3 from the line. So that's a miss, and the rebound is going to go to the R4 on the defense. That's Sam Cassell with another board. His 4th of the game, as he crashes down and takes control of the rebound. So we get 2 points there, 33-15. And coming back the other way are the Nets. So 12, that's going to be to the power forward. 11 is going to be a 3-pointer for Keith Van Horn. Going to give him that shot, 31%, -1. So 30% for Keith Van Horn. He's 1 for 1 from 3, and he's going to miss here, as that's off the mark. But an 11 is an R3 offensive rebound. So we got 1, 2, 3 of those. And it is Van Horn who gets his own rebound. So first board of the game for him is an offensive rebound. And they're going to reset the offense here. We do take a possession off on a shot. You could not take a possession if you didn't want to, since it's no actual change of possession. I like on every shot to do that. 4 is going to be a drive to the basket, and this is for Keith Van Horn. So Van Horn's starting to pick up the pace on getting shots to the rim, but it doesn't really matter as he misses here. A 90 is going to be off the mark, no foul. And so let's check the rebound. 8 is going to be an R2 defensive rebound. Let's check on the R3s. It'll be Chris Mullin with the board. That's his 3rd rebound of the game. 33-15 is our score. This will be a 3-point shot for Travis Best. Best is 2 for 3 from 3. An 80 is going to be off the mark, as he misses on the 3 ball. This is a 3. That's an R4 offensive rebound. There are no R4s, so let's just roll generally 1 through 5. That'll be Best. He gets his own board. been a rebounding machine with 4 in the first half. And let's reset the offense. So into the 3-point offense. This is a non-shooting foul, and that's going to go on the point guard. So that's Sam Cassell. That's his first foul. First team foul in the second quarter. And that'll cause a trigger of a new roll. So Indiana controlling the tempo here. Jump shot. That's going to go to the power forward, Antonio Davis. He's 36%, no, 40% on the jumper. It's a 56. That's going to be off the mark for Davis. And the rebound goes to the offense. That's an R3. So the rebound goes to 1, 2, 3, 4. Reggie Miller with an offensive board. As Indiana's doing a really good job crashing the boards and keeping control of the rock in this one. ISO offense, this is a 5. That's a jump shot for the shooting guard. That would be Reggie Miller with the jumper. He's 40%. It's an 85, and Reggie Miller off the mark. So a bit of a tough shooting start here for the Pacers. Jason Williams with the board. Williams plays 36 minutes a game. It's probably not coming out too much. If he does, it'll be Ronnie Cycli coming in off the bench. Some mixture of Cycli and an aging Michael Cage at this point. So ISO offense. This is a drive to the basket for 26. That'll be the shooting guard, Kerry Kittles. So Kittles puts it on the floor. He's going to get fouled, and 84 is going to be a miss. But Kerry Kittles is going to go to the line for 2 shots. He is an 81% shooter. He makes the first, and he makes the second. So somebody other than Van Horn or Jason Williams makes a shot. And we go back the other way. Oh, we didn't. This should be a foul on Reggie. That's his second. First team foul in the second quarter. And let's go ahead and get Jalen Rose into the game. We're going to put him in at the shooting guard spot. I do have a chart that if you play a player out of position technically, so he's a small forward playing in the shooting guard position, that if that is true, then you're going to have an adjustment there. I would have to break that out. I'm not quite ready to add that in yet, but it's going to be an adjustment. So let's go ahead and add a possession. We're 10 possessions in. It is Indiana basketball. Got the 3-point play. This is going to be a jump shot for Jalen Rose. So testing him right when he comes in. He's 43% on the jumper, -1, so 42%. A 14 is going to be up and in. And Jalen Rose with the bucket. And let's see about the assist. 11, that's going to go to an A3. We have 3 of those. 6, that's going to be Dale Davis with the assist. Davis with 1 assist per game. And that will be okay, it'll be Nets ball. 3, I thought I saw something, so I don't think I did. 4 is going to be a drive to the basket. This is going to be for Keith Van Horn. Van Horn asserting himself a little bit more here in the second quarter. 69 is going to be off the mark. He's not fouled. And Van Horn with a miss. Going to the bucket. It's a 2 though. That's going to be an R1 offensive rebound with a 2-point shot. So that's going to be 2 for Jason Williams plus an offensive rebound as he crashes the boards and cleans up Van Horn's mess. That makes it 35-19. And into the pick and roll offense for Indiana. 6 is going to be a 3-point shot. That's going to go to the center. No thanks. We're going to pass out of that. 9, another 3-point shot. This time it is a rare play. So we have a 100. So let's check our rare plays. And that's a 6. 6 on a rare play is going to be a charging foul. So now we need to figure out who was the player with the charge. It's a 14, and that's going to be Jalen Rose with the offensive foul. His first of the game. Second team foul. And Nets ball into the motion offense. This is going to be a block shot. Excuse me, it's Kerry Kittles who gets his stuff thrown back. And it is a 7. 7 on a block shot is a B1 to the defense. That's going to be Dale Davis. So Davis with the block. And that starts a fast break. So 4 on the fast break is into the setup offense. Good job by the Nets getting numbers. 35-19 our score. We are 24 possessions into the second quarter, so that is a little bit past halfway. Remember, 45 is our possession mark, and we got a 4 on offense. That's a non-shooting foul to the center. That'll be Jason Williams and his first foul of the game. Second team foul. Resets the offense. 4 is into the low post offense. This will be a drive to the basket for the shooting guard, Jalen Rose. So, drive for Rose. 62 is going to be up and in, and no foul on the play. So Jalen Rose, left-handed, takes it in for a bucket. He's got 4 off the bench, and Indiana leads 37-19. Nets basketball. Into the motion offense. This is going to be a jump shot for Kerry Kittles. Kittles is 39 minus 1, 38%. And an 86 is going to be off the mark. He's had a real rough go of it here. Only 2 points on 0 of 4 shooting, just a couple of free throws. 7 on the board is going to be an R1 defensive board that goes to Antonio Davis. He's got 3 rebounds. And coming back the other way are the Pacers. I feel like this era of basketball is notoriously bad at shooting, and we're seeing it on display here. We got a 4. This is a drive to the basket for the center, Dale Davis. Davis 73%. 61 is well below that, and there's no foul. So Dale Davis takes it in for his second bucket. He's got 4 points. It's now 39-19, so 20-point lead out in front for Indiana. We need to take stock here for the Nets. We need to get some guys really into the game here. Kerry Kittles, Kendall Gill. These are guys who need to be able to get into the game. We're just going to put them into the motion offense. Let's go ahead and do that. That's kind of a general all-purpose one. They have these guys who are all averaging more than 15 points a game or more than 10 points a game. So they don't necessarily focus on one particular player, but all of their guys are 13 points a game or more. So let's put them in the motion and let's see if that can help them out on offense a little bit. So a 9 is going to be a jump shot. This goes to the small forward, Kendall Gill. Gill, 34%, minus 2, 32%. And he is going to be off the mark. Gill now 0 for 5 from the floor. He's tried everything, just can't get it to go down yet. R4 on the defense is, we don't have one of those. So 1, 2, 3, it'll be Chris Mullen with the board. Indiana basketball. This is going to be the ISO play. 8 is a drive to the basket for Jalen Rose. As he gets out there one-on-one with Kerry Kittles. Kittles is a -1. That brings him down to a 68, 1 to 68. 41 is going to be good. We have a 1 on the D6, and that's going to be an AM1. As Jalen Rose puts it in for a basket. The foul is going to be on Kerry Kittles. That's his second. And Rose will go to the line. A 15 is going to be up and in. He completes the three-point play. And Indiana continues their onslaught here of the New Jersey Nets on the road, really taking care of the Nets. Let's get Kittles out of the game, and we'll substitute in Kevin Edwards, who is the backup shooting guard. Nobody else really in trouble here. Kittle's really struggling anyway. We don't do ourselves any favors by putting Kendall Gill out of the game. All right, so 42-19, 23-point lead for the Pacers. Let's see if the Nets can, they have a little life in them. This is going to be a jump shot. That goes to the shooting guard, Edwards, right into the game. Let's see if we can provide a little spark for the Nets. A 23, that is going to be up and in. That's good. So maybe he will give them a little spark. So Kevin Edwards with the buckets. And 5 is going to be an A2 assist. We don't have any of those. So that jumper cuts it to 21 points. This is a motion offense for Indiana. That'll be a drive to the basket for Travis Best. Best gets fouled. It's a 44, and he puts it in for a good shot as well. So that'll be Sam Cassell's second foul. 14 fouls, so they're in the bonus now. Bring in Sherm Douglas, former Syracuse Orangeman from back in the day. And Travis Best goes to the line, 86% shooter. That's nothing but the bottom of the net. And that's a three-point play for him. He's got 2 threes and a three-point play for 9 points off the bench. And the onslaught continues as New Jersey can't get out of their own way. And Indiana turning this into a rout. We got a 7. This is going to be a jump shot for the center. Let's go ahead and let Jason Williams take that one. He is a 48% shooter, -1, so 47. He's been about their only offense, but he misses here. The rebound goes to R1 on a defense, so that is Dale Davis, who gets the board, and he is going to kick off a fast break. So 10 on the fast break is into the setup offense. We have 3 possessions left here in the half. We got the motion offense. This is going to be a jump shot for Travis Best. A 0-0-3, that is up and in. As Travis Best having quite the half here. 6 is going to be to an A1. They don't have any A1s on the floor at the moment. That would be Mark Jackson. '73, and this is going to be a non-shooting foul against the center. So that's Dale Davis. That's his first foul of the game. Third team foul for Indiana. Five is going to be a three-point shot to the point guard, Sherman Douglas. Douglas 30%, -2, so 1 to 28 for Douglas. It's a 22, and he comes in and provides a little offensive lift. So 3-point make for Sherman Douglas. That's at the buzzer. Let's see if there's any assists. A1, then we don't have any A1s on the floor. So Sherman Douglas with a 3-point shot at the buzzer. That was the last play of the half. And we move on to quarter number 3. Let me go ahead and total all these things up for the first half. All right, so a disastrous second quarter for everybody, 16-9. The Pacers outscored the Nets in the second quarter. And both coaches have a lot of work to do. 47-24, as we have a Princeton score here at the half. Indiana not so bad, but boy, the Nets just have fallen off a cliff here. We got to figure something out for them. All right, it will be Indiana ball coming out of the half as they have the possession arrow. It's gonna be a 2. This will be a 3-point play. 3-pointer for the small forward, Chris Mullin. We get a 5. That 3-pointer is up and in as Mullin, the lefty, drains it to start the second half the way that they ended the first. 5 is going to be an A2. There are 2 of those. That's going to be Chris Mullin creating his own shot, and boy, I don't quite know where to go. We got to get I don't know. They just got to make some shots. That's really all there is to it. They just got to start making some shots. All right, 11 is going to be a block shot. That's not going to help any, as the point guard Sherman Douglas gets blocked. And let's see, the block is going to be B3 on the defense, which is Chris Mullin, who comes over and makes the block. Second block of the game for Chris Mullin. And it's a 26-point lead for the Pacers. This is a motion offense. 5 is going to be a 3-point shot, and that will go to Jalen Rose, who starts the second half. We got an 8 on the rebound, so 55 is going to be off. Jalen Rose misses. That's his first miss from the floor. And 8 on the rebound is going to be an R2 to the defense. So we don't have any R2s. We have a couple of R3s. And that'll be Kendall Gill with the defensive board. Stay in the motion offense. We got a 7. That's going to be a jump shot to the center, Jason Williams. Williams has been the only offense so far for the Nets. A 19 is up and in as Jason Williams with another bucket makes it a 24-point lead, and the assist is going to be A2, which we don't have any A2s, so I think I moved that. And this is the motion offense. This will be a non-shooting foul on the center. That'll be Williams. That's his second foul. And I think I got to leave him out there just because he's the only offense so far for the Nets. We got a 3-pointer. 51. So 3-point shot to Jalen Rose. He missed on his last, but he's going to drain this one, and that will be an A3 assist. We have a couple of those. So that's an assist from Antonio Davis, second assist of the game. And Jalen Rose, 1 for 2 from 3. This one is going to be out of bounds, and that is a turnover. And the turnover goes to Sherman Douglas. So turnover number 1. Low post offense. 4 is going to be a block shot. The shot is taken by Antonio Davis. And let's see what happens on the block and who it is. A 4 is going to be B3 to the defense. So we have 2 B3s. It will be Kendall Gill with the block on Antonio Davis as he comes over with the help defense. And New Jersey with the basketball. This is going to be a jump shot, and that's going to go to the power forward, Keith Van Horn. Van Horn, 36% on his jumper. Oh, we get 1 to hit. So Keith Van Horn with a bucket. And the assist goes to an A3, which we have 3 of those. And that'll be Sherman Douglas with the assist. Van Horn now with 7 points in the game. So this is going to be a 3-point shot for the power forward, Davis. We're going to pass on that. This will be a steal. This is a turnover for the shooting guard, Jalen Rose. So he commits a turnover, his first, and the steal is going to go to an S1, which we do have one of those on the floor. Kendall Gill with the steal, his first of the game. We get a 7. This is another jumper, and this one is going to go to Van Horn again. Let's see if he can make it 2 in a row. He does, and that's going to be a bucket for Keith Van Horn. Maybe the tide is turning a little bit for the Nets here in the third quarter. We're early in, 12 possessions. That's about 2.5 minutes into the third, and an 8 on the assist is an A1. We don't have any of those A1s on the floor right now. Gotcha. So spot up. This is going to be a jump shot, and that will go to the power forward, Antonio Davis. See his name very well, but Chris Mullin overshadowing. Davis, 38% plus 2, 40% from on the jumper. It's a 41, and that is off the mark. Good defense by Keith Van Horn, which nobody ever says. Antonio Davis with the miss. He's now missed 3 in a row. I mean, it's not like he's not scoring, but having a tough time of it here. A 6 on the rebound is going to be an R1, and that'll be Jason Williams with his 2, 4, 6, 7th board of the game. Back into the motion offense for New Jersey as they get it going back the other direction. 8 is going to be a 3-pointer. This comes from the small forward, Kendall Gill. Let's see if Gill can get it moving in the right direction. He is 26%, minus 2, 24% from 3. And it's a 19, and Kendall Gill is true for his first field goal attempt or first field goal make. He's attempted a lot, but he just hasn't made anything. And the assist is an A1, which we don't have, so Gill creates his own shot. New Jersey within 20, which sounds bad, but is actually quite an improvement. Spot up, we have a 3-pointer. This is going to go to the power forward. We're going to pass on that shot. So we get a 5, another 3-pointer, this time for the point guard Travis Best. Best is 2 of 4 from 3. A 37 is going to be off the mark, so he misses again. That's off the mark, and a 9 is going to be an R3 defensive rebound. 1, 2 of those. So it'll be Kendall Gill with the board. 3rd rebound of the game for Kendall Gill. And we are going back the other direction. So a 5 is going to be a 3-point shot for the point guard Sherman Douglas. Douglas 1 for 1. He's going to be 2 for 2 as he puts that one in. 30.4 minus 2 is 28. It's a 27. And Sherman Douglas. As the Nets are storming back here. 7 is going to be for an A1. We don't have any of those. So. We get a 5, and that's going to be the ISO play. That'll be a drive to the basket for Jalen Rose. And it's a foul on the play. He does not make the shot, 75. So he's not going to make the shot, but he does get fouled. So it's a foul on Kevin Edwards. His first foul of the game. 2nd team foul here in the 3rd. Jalen Rose, 73%. And he's going to miss the first. And miss the second. Oh my gosh. So Jalen Rose misses both. Uncharacteristic. And the rebound is going to go to the R1. That'll be Jason Williams. 8th rebound of the game for Williams. So missed opportunity there for Indiana. And the Nets with the ball. 6 is going to be a drive to the basket. That'll be for the center, Williams. He's a 1 to 69. And he's going to put that one up and in. And that's going to be a big time play. That cuts the lead down to 15. And I think at this point, we're going to get our starters all back in the game. It'll be Mark Jackson, Reggie Miller, and you know what? Let's bring, let's give Chris Mullen a blow for Derek McKee. McKee at 23 minutes a game. Antonio Davis for Austin Crocier. So we bring in a little bit of shooting there. And Rick Smits too. So spread the wealth a little bit with a 15-point lead. Let's get them maybe at least to the next, the second TV timeout. We'll see how things go from here. So it's going to be Indiana basketball. They're up by 15 as they put it to the Nets in the first half, but it's been kind of a tough go here. They've only scored 6, but they've given up. They've been outscored 14-6, I think, at this point. So we got the ISO play. This is going to be a jump shot for the shooting guard. It'll be Reggie Miller. As they clear out for Reggie, and Reggie delivers with a bucket. So Reggie, so that's first, that's second, that's the third, and 6 is going to be to an A1. That'll be Mark Jackson as he comes off and feeds Reggie with the basketball. we'll get the point guard with a drive to the basket. That's going to be Sherman Douglas. 4 is no foul. 50 is going to be up and in as Douglas hits on the drive to the basket. That's going to be 8 points for him off the bench. Motion offense, this is out of bounds, and that's going to be a turnover to Indiana. We get the pick and roll offense. This is a drive to the basket for Kevin Edwards. Edwards is only 33% on a drive. I'll tell you what, we're going to have him pass up that shot. He's a better three-point shooter than anything. So we're going to pass the ball. That's going to be another drive to the basket, this time to the center. That's a little better opportunity. So Jason Williams going to the basket. A 42 is up and in. And Williams has answered the call in this game. The lead is now 13 points. And Indiana fans are sweating it a little bit over there as Jason Williams takes it in. He's got 6 here in the third. Spot up offense. This is going to be a jump shot for Austin Crocier. Crocier is 33% minus 2, 31% on the jumper. And 64 is going to be off the mark. As he misses his first. The rebound will go to the R1. That's Jason Williams with another rebound. And we'll go back to the motion offense for New Jersey. 13-point lead now for Indiana. This is a 7. This is a jump shot for the point guard, Sherman Douglas. Douglas has been a spark off the bench for the Nets. The 63, though, is going to be off the mark as he misses for just the second time. And a 9 will be an R3 defensive board, which we have several of those. So it'll be Reggie Miller with the rebound, his third of the game. He averages 3, so right where he should be. 25 possessions into the third. We have a pick and roll, and this goes out of bounds. So that's going to stay here to the offense. 7 is a jumper, and that will be to the point guard, Mark Jackson. Jackson, 35% shooter on the jump shot, becomes a 36. So 1 to 36, and Jackson up and in for his first bucket of the game. And that will be an assist to an A1. That's himself. And so no assist on the play. Back down the floor come the Nets. 7, that's going to be a jump shot. And that'll go to Sherman Douglas again. Douglas misses for the second time in a row. And a 9 on the rebound is going to be an R3. Again, we have a lot of those. So it'll be Reggie Miller again with a long rebound. We get a 4, and this will be a drive for Reggie. So drive to the basket, no foul. 70% is going to be up and in as Reggie gets to the rim and lays it in for 2. The lead back to 17 now. Maybe Indiana warded off the big comeback. This will be a drive to the basket for Jason Williams. No foul on the play. 56 is going to be up and in as Williams gets to the second line. That means he is scoring quite a bit in this one, or at least taking a lot of shots. He has been the most effective scorer for New Jersey in this game. He averages 13 and 14 a game, so he averaged a double-double back in 1997-98. We get a 9. This is going to be a 3-point shot for Mark Jackson. He's actually a pretty decent 3-point shooter. 31% plus 1 makes him a 32% shooter. 42 though is going to be a miss. A 6 on the board goes to Jason Williams. 30 possessions into this one. New Jersey trying to get all the way back into this one. They're still down by 15, although they were down by 25 or earlier. So making progress. 5 is going to be a 3-point shot. This goes to Kevin Edwards. Seems like that's Edwards' specialty. 36% shooter, becomes a 35 with Reggie's defense. So 1 to 35, and that's going to be off the mark. So Edwards with the miss on the 3, and the rebound goes to an R3 rebounder. Got a lot of those. So will be Reggie Miller again, who's pulling down all the rebounds for Indiana. Spot up shot. This is going to be a non-shooting foul. That'll be on the shooting guard, Edwards. Picks up his second foul. And maybe we can just bring Kittles back into the game. Let's get Sam Cassell back into the game, give Sherm Douglas a little bit of a breather. And it will be, that's a foul, so we'll stay here. Indiana with the ball. 3-point play. 6 is going to be a jump shot, and that'll go to the point guard, Mark Jackson. Jackson again. Well, he's a 36. 1 to 36. 22. Mark Jackson is up and in. He's now 2 for 3 from the floor. And Indiana 61-44 lead. Excuse me. And that'll go to an A3. We actually have a few of those on the floor. So that'll be Rick Smits, the Flying Dutchman, with his first contribution. As he makes the assist. So New Jersey with the ball. This is going to go out of bounds, and that will be a turnover for the center, Jason Williams. First turnover of the game for him. And this is the ISO play. This is drive to the basket for Reggie Miller. So Miller with the drive, no foul, but he is going to lay it up and in. And that's 6 points here in the third for Reggie. Coming back the other way is the Nets. Another 3, another out of bounds. And this time it'll stay here. No turnover. That's going to be a 12. Non-shooting foul on the shooting guard. So that's Reggie Miller with a foul. That's his third foul. First of the third quarter for the Pacers. We got a 5. 5 is going to be a 3-point shot. And that will be Kerry Kittles. Let's see if Kittles can get on track. He is not taking a 3-point shot. He's a 42% shooter. -1 is a 41%. So that's the guy you want taking a shot, and he drains it from the corner. And Kerry Kittles with his first field goal of the game. They desperately need him to be doing something in this game. That comes from an A1. That'll be Sam Cassell, second assist of the game. Not a lot of assists to go around. A lot of driving to the basket from their big men, but not a lot of shots going down. So we've got a spot up offense, and that will be 6. That's going to be a jump shot for the small forward. It's Derek McKee. He gets his first jumper action. 39% minus 2 is 37. And that's up and in for Derek McKee. And 2-point bucket. The assist is going to go to an A2. That's Reggie Miller with the assist, his first assist of the game. So Derek McKee off the bench helps his team. 8 is going to be a 3-point shot. That's for the center. We're going to pass that shot up. And this will be a jump shot for Kendall Gill. Gill, 32%. Derek McKee, a pretty good defender, and Gill off the mark again. 7 is going to be an R1 to the defense. That'll be Rick Smits off the bench with the rebound. He is first of the game. And we go back the other way. Indiana ball, they're up by 18, so they've stretched the lead out again. You could get it down as low as 12 or 13 for the Nets, but haven't been able to get all the way back yet. This is going to be a 3-point shot for Derek McKee. McKee, just a 24% 3-point shooter, becomes a 22%. Let's go ahead and give him a shot at it. He misses. Coach of the whole while is saying no, but it's going to be an R4 offensive rebound, which we don't have any R4s, so let's just roll for it. That's going to be Rick Smits with the offensive board. Smits making his presence known, and we're going to start the play over. 40 possessions into this one. Remember, 45 is our mark for the quarter. And we have a motion offense. This is going to be a 3-point shot, and that'll be to Derek McKee again. We're going to go and pass on that. He's not a great 3-point shooter. So 7 is a jump shot, and this time it'll be to Croshier, the power forward. Croshier, a 99. That's going to be definitely a miss on the shot. He's 0 for 2. 8 on the rebound is going to go to an R2. We don't have any R2s. We do have some R3s. So that'll be Kendall Gill with the board. He's got 4 in the game and only 3 points. Just been really rough here for the Nets. 11 is going to be a blocked shot, and it gets worse. So Sam Cassell gets his shot thrown, and it will be a 9. 9 is a B3 on the defense. That'll be Derek McKee with the shot block. And back the other way go the Pacers. 42nd possession into the motion offense. That's a 10. 10 is a drive to the basket for the center, Rick Smits. Smits is 82% on his drives to the basket, plus 2. So we'll call that 84%, almost a guaranteed make here as Smits puts in his first bucket of the game. And no assist on the play. 43rd possession, this goes to the Nets. A 5 is going to be a 3-point shot for the center. We'll pass. 7 is going to be a jump shot, and that goes to the small forward, Kendall Gill. Let's see if Gill can knock it down. 30 is going to be So 34 minus 2 is 32. So that's up and in as Kendall Gill puts home his second field goal of the game. Just 5 points for Gill. Gill averages 13 a game. So you can see a little off the mark here. A1. So that's going to be Sam Cassell with the third assist. 44th possession, just 2 possessions left in the third quarter. We get a 9. That's going to be a drive to the basket for the shooting guard, Reggie Miller. .57, that's going to be a bucket as Miller lays it up and in. With about 15 seconds left in the quarter, 69-49, 20-point lead for the, and I don't know if I missed one with New Jersey there. It could be different. We'll handle the score after this. Let's go ahead and try a 3-point play. Last play of the quarter. On 11 is going to be a 3-pointer. That goes to the shooting guard, Kerry Kittles. That's the guy that we want. And 80, though, is going to be off the mark as he misses at the buzzer. So Kerry Kittles with the miss, and that's going to take us into the fourth quarter. And let me total up the third quarter stats. All right, as we head to the fourth quarter, it's going to be Nets 49, Indiana 67. So a 16-point lead. And at the end of the quarter, it was Kittle. Was Kittles with a shot. So it's going to be Indiana basketball. Indiana basketball to start the fourth. And see this one ends up. It's going to be a spot-up shot. This will be a 3-pointer for the small forward, Derek McKee. A 49 is going to be off the mark. McKee has missed both threes that he's taken. 7 is going to be an R1 defensive rebound, so that's Jason Williams again. Williams with only 2 fouls in this one. I probably just jinxed him, but playing well so far. And sticking with the motion offense is the Nets. That seemed to net them the best opportunities. Jump shot for the center, Jason Williams. He's a 48% shooter, -1, so 1 to 47. That one's going to be off the mark. He's been their most consistent and powerful scorer. A 3 is going to be an R4 offensive rebound, though, so that's going to go to Sam Cassell with the offensive board. That's his 5th rebound of the game as he sticks his nose in there and gets the offensive board. And the second opportunity for the Nets. Another jump shot, this time from Jason Williams again. Uncomfortable with his 47%, and this time he is up and in, and he drains it for 2. Cuts the lead to 16, and that assist is going to go to Sam Cassell. His 4th assist of the game. Indiana basketball, they're going to run the pick and roll, and that's going to be a drive to the basket for the point guard as nobody picks up and rotates over to Mark Jackson. He's a 55% on this drive to the basket. 48 is up and good. There's no foul on the play. Jackson with 6 points. And we're coming back the other way with the Nets. The Nets outscored the Pacers 25-20 back in the third quarter. Could have used another 25-point quarter along the way, but they had a pretty dismal shooting first half. Let's see what they can do here. This is a 3-point shot, and that goes to the point guard, Sam Cassell. Cassell just 20%. We're going to pass on that. We need better shot selection here. So another 3-pointer. This time it goes to the shooting guard. That's a much better opportunity as Kittles is 42%, becomes 40. No, 41%. 27 is up and good, and Kerry Kittles drains a 3. The assist is going to go to Sam Cassell. Cassell now racking up those assists here in the second half. 15-point lead for Indiana. This is going to be a low post play. 4 is going to be a block shot, and that's going to be Rick Smids getting blocked, and the block comes from a B2 defender. Sorry about that. Comes from a B2 defender, which we don't have, but we do have a couple of B3s. It's Kendall Gill again with the second block of the game. And coming back the other way is New Jersey. 3, this one's going to go out of bounds, and that stays here with the offense. So we call that just kind of knocked out of bounds by the defense. 6 is going to be a drive to the basket. This one will be the power forward, Keith Van Horn. Haven't heard from him in a while. And that's going to be a foul. He misses the shot, so Van Horn is going to go to the line, but he does get fouled by Austin Crocier. Crocier's first foul. First team foul of the fourth quarter. And we go to the line for 2 for Van Horn. He's going to make the first. He's a 85% free throw shooter. So he puts them both in. Brings the lead to 13. And 3-point play. This is a 3-point shot, and that'll go to the point guard, Mark Jackson. Jackson is 32% from 3. That's a 90, so that's going to be off the mark. He's 0 for 2 from 3, and that rebound goes to Jason Williams. Nets with the ball. They're down 13. They're going to get a 3-point shot here from the center, so we're going to pass that up. And this is going to be a jump shot for Sam Cassell. Cassell, 44% on the jumper, becomes 43. That's up and in, as Sam Cassell, with his first points of the game, 10 possessions into the fourth quarter. That's not so bueno. That's an A1, so he's going to assist himself. And the lead is now 11. Things getting uncomfortably close for the Pacers. Into the ISO. This is going to be a block shot, and that goes to the point guard, so Jackson gets his shot blocked. And the block shot result is B2 on the defense. We don't have a B2, we have a couple of B3s. And that's going to be Kendall Gill again, as he's providing a lot of help defense in this one as he comes over and makes the play. 11th possession of the fourth. 11-point lead for Indiana. And this is going to be a 3-point shot that goes to Sam Cassell. Cassell, 19%, minus 1 becomes 18. Let's pass out of that, see if we can get a better shot. So 11, oh, it's going to be a block, and that will be Jason Williams getting blocked. The results is a B2 on the defense. We don't have any B2s, so let's just roll for it. A 6. It's basically our choice, so we'll give it to Rick Smids. Why not? First block of the game. He's the best blocker on the play. You can also do the person who he was guarding. Totally legit. Let's go ahead and get a 3-point play here. Let's see if Indiana can hit. An 8 is going to be a 3-pointer. That's for Derek McKee. McKee is 22%, and he drains it. So now 1 for 3 from 3-point land. 5 on the assist is going to be an A2. So that will be Reggie Miller with the assist. Second assist of the game for him. Seven is going to be a jump shot that goes to Keith Van Horn. Van Horn is 38% on the jumper. 14 is going to be up and good as Van Horn with another bucket. That drops the lead to 12. An 8 is going to be another assist to Sam Cassell. And let's go with the spot up offense. A 9 is going to be a jump shot that goes to the shooting guard, Reggie Miller. And a 67 on the jumper is going to be off. So Miller with the miss, R3 on the defense rebound. We got 3 of those. It'll be Van Horn with the board. Just the second rebound of the game for him. He averages 7 a game. But more importantly, it's a defensive stop, and the Nets are looking to cut into the lead. This is a jump shot for Kerry Kittles. 2-point jumper for him is 39 minus 1, so 38%. That'll be off the mark, and that's kind of been the MO for Kittles today, but they do get an R4 offensive rebound, which is Sam Cassell with the offensive board. Second one for him, and they're going to leave it here. So 6 is going to be a drive to the basket for the shooting guard Kittles as he takes his shot again. A 0-0-2 is most definitely up and in as he puts it in, and he gets fouled by Reggie Miller. Miller's 4th foul of the game, 2nd team foul in the 4th, and Kittles with a bucket and a chance to put it in. 81% free throw shooter, as that's a 3-point play for the Nets shooting guard, and the lead is now under 10. So it's cutting time for Indiana. We get a 7. This is going to be a jump shot, and that's going to come from Derek McKee. 39% minus 2, 37, and Derek McKee is true. So he's got 5 in the game off the bench, and that assist is going to go to an A4. We don't have any A4s on the floor. So 8 is going to be a 3-point shot to the center. We'll pass. 10 is a drive to the basket. This is going to be for Keith Van Horn. Van Horn, 60% on this drive, and he puts it up and in. No foul on the play. Van Horn picking up the pace here in the second half. Low post play. This is going to be a drive to the basket for 71. That's the center, Rick Smits. Smits, really good at going to the basket, actually. He is going to be 84%. And he puts that one up and in with no foul. And we are at 20 possessions into the 4th quarter. The lead is 11. This one went from a blowout to a game, and we'll see how it finishes up. This is a drive to the basket for the shooting guard. That'll be Reggie taking the ball to the hole. And no foul on the play. A 50 is going to be up and in. Good for Reggie Miller as he lays it off the glass. And the lead is now back to 13. 9 will be a jump shot. That goes to Kerry Kittles. Kittles, 39 minus 1, so 38%. Yeah, it's a 93. That's going to be off the mark again. 10 is going to be an R1 defensive board. So that goes to Rick Smits. And he's going to start the fast break. 10 on a fast break is into the setup offense. So 13-point lead and the ball for Indiana. An 11 is a non-shooting foul. That's going to go on the point guard. So Sam Cassell with his third. First team foul of the fourth quarter. ISO play. This is going to be a drive to the basket for the shooting guard. So Reggie Miller taking it to the rack again. And a 95 is going to be off the mark, but he does get fouled. That's a 2. So he gets fouled by Kerry Kittles. Kittles third. So Reggie to the line, 87%. He makes the first. And he misses the second. Wow. Let's get the rebound there. So we have a make. And a miss. So put 1 in there. With the rebound, it's going to be a 9. That's an R3 rebounder for the defense. We have 3 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be Kendall Gill with his 5th rebound. And coming back the other way is New Jersey. 9 is going to be a jump shot. That goes to Kendall Gill. Let's see if Kendall Gill can put it down. 34% minus 2, so 1 to 32. It'll be a make. That's going to be off the mark again for Kendall Gill, who's had a tough shooting day. And a 6 will be an R1 defensive rebound. So Rick Smits getting it done. Wiping off the glass. He's got a block. He's got 4 boards. He's got an assist. And has really picked up the Indiana offense here. 6, a 10 is going to be a drive to the basket. This will be for Derek McKee. Uh, 59, that's going to be good. No foul. And Derek McKee now with 7 points. Actually 9 points. Off the bench, getting good production from their bench, is who are they? Indiana. That's what it is. So a 9 will be a jump shot. This goes to the small forward, Kendall Gill, as he shoots his shot again. This is going to be off the mark. It's not his night. And an 8 is going to be an R2 defensive rebound. We have a bunch of R3s. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be Derek McKee with the board. His first rebound of the game. And we're at 27 possessions out of 45. So a little more than halfway through the fourth quarter. The lead is 16 again. And we're into the low post offense. This is a drive to the basket for the center, Rick Smits. We determined he's an 84 on his drive. And a 45 is going to be up and in as Smits with another bucket. He's got 6 off the bench. And it'll be the motion offense. So 18 the lead now. This will be a steal, and the turnover goes to Sam Cassell. That is his second turnover of the game. The steal goes to an S1. We've got actually 3 of those on the floor. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Reggie Miller with the steal, his first of the game. So Mark Jackson, Reggie Miller, and Derek McKee all have a steal rating of 1. spot up offense. This is going to be a jump shot for Derek McKee. The jumper is off the mark. The rebound goes to an R2. We don't have any R2s. We have a bunch of R3s. So Kendall Gill with another board. He's got 6, I believe. And we're at the 30 possession mark. 5 is going to be a 3-point shot. That'll go to Kerry Kittles. A 57, that'll be off the mark. Kittles misses again. He is 2 for 4 from 3. And the rebound goes to an R2. We don't have any of those. Let's do R3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, it's a 5. We'll give it to Smits. Why not? As he gets the defensive board and he starts a fast break. So a 3 on the fast break is going to be a 2-pointer. And that basket goes to the small forward, Derek McKee. So Derek McKee on the fast break lays it up and in, and the assist will be from Reggie Miller. Actually, A1 on the assist, so we'll say Mark Jackson. I was looking at the player, not the assist. So we had 1 and 2, and so I don't always move it quickly enough on the what do you call it, the fast breaks. All right, the lead is back to 20. A 2, that's going to be another steal, so the turnover goes to Kendall Gill. His first turnover. And the steal goes to a 7. That's going to be an S1, so let's see who that is. That will be Derek McKee with the steal this time. And back into the offensive set goes Indiana. Indiana this time with the ISO play. It's going to be a 3-point shot. That goes to the shooting guard. That's Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller with a 100, and that's going to be a miss. Rebound goes to the R1. That'll be Jason Williams. He's got a bucket load of rebounds in this one. 12 possessions left in this one. We got a 6. That will be a drive to the basket for the center, Jason Williams. And the drive is up and in. No foul on the play. So Williams with the bucket brings the lead to less than 20. Let's get a couple of substitutions in here. Bring in Davis and Davis. Smits and Crocier did good work. Chris Mullen back into the game. And maybe junk time a little bit later. So it is Indiana ball. There's 10 possessions left in this one. The motion offense. And an 11 is going to be a block shot. So Chris Mullen comes into the game and gets a shot block. The block comes from a B2, and that's going to lead to a fast break. We don't have any B2s, so let's just roll for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Van Horn with the block shot. And that's going to lead to a fast break. So this will be a 2-point attempt. We'll use the drive, and the 2-point attempt is for Van Horn, who goes coast to coast. And we'll do a drive here. So 58%, he misses on the drive to the basket. The rebound goes to R3 defender. So we have 1, and then the drive is a miss. R3 defenders, we have 3 of those. So that will be Chris Mullen with the board. He's got 5 in the game. And Indiana back with the basketball. Pick and roll. This will be a non-shooting foul on the center, so that'll be Jason Williams with his 3rd foul. 13 foul, so no 1-on-1 yet. We reset it. ISO play. This is going to be out of bounds and knocked out of bounds by the defense. We'll stay here. This is going to be a jump shot for the point guard. That'll be Mark Jackson with the jumper. 36% on the jump shot with the defense. Good defense by Cassell. As Jackson misses and the rebound goes to R3. We have 3 of those. So it's going to be Kerry Kittles, just his 2nd board of the game. Still 18-point lead. Nobody's made anything for a little bit here. And an 8 is going to be a 3-point shot. That goes to the center. We'll pass. 6 is going to be a drive to the basket for Keith Van Horn. Van Horn misses again on his way to the basket. No foul on the play. And the rebound goes to R1, which will be either Davis or Davis. It'll be Dale Davis with the rebound, and going back the other way, Indiana. 3, we got a spot up offense. This is a jump shot for the power forward, Davis. 51, that's going to be off the mark for Antonio Davis. He's missed on his last 4 shots. Although he's been sitting for a long time, so maybe a little bit cold coming off the bench. 7 is going to be an R1 defensive rebound. So that's Jason Williams again. And 41, let's go ahead and put them in the 3-point offense. We got to hoist up some shots here. They're down by 18. This could put them into the game or behind. This is a 3-point shot for the center. We are going to pass on that. 3 is going to be a steal. The turnover goes to Kerry Kittles, his 1st turnover of the game. And 4 is an S3. So our big men, that'll be Antonio Davis with the steal. And going back the other way is Indiana. Just 4 possessions left in this one. It's going to be the pick and roll offense, and a 7 will be a jump shot for Chris Mullen. .41 on the jumper is off, and the rebound goes to an R2. We have a bunch of R3s, so that'll be Keith Van Horn with another board, his 3rd of the game. Put them back in the 3-point offense. 85-67, low scoring one here. New Jersey trying to make it respectable. 6 is going to be a jump shot, and that goes to the point guard, Sam Cassell. A 69 is going to be off the mark, and an 11 will be an offensive rebound to an R3. So that will be Kerry Kittles with the offensive board. And they're going to get another shot at it here. An 8 is a 3-point shot, this time for the shooting guard, Kerry Kittles. 42 because of 41, and Kittles puts the 3 up and drains it. And the assist will go to an A2, which we don't have any of those. Indiana basketball, last possession. they're up by 15. And this will be a spot up shot. A jumper for Chris Mullin. This is really just for posterity. So 71 is off the mark, and that is at the buzzer, and that will be all she wrote. So unofficially 85 to 70. Let me go through and figure out all the totals. All right, so back with the final here. It is 87-70, Pacers over the Nets. A little bit of a pedestrian first half, but both teams picked it up with the scoring in the second half. And just go through the scoring here. Reggie Miller with 23 points, and he had 1, 2, 3. So 1 of 3 from three-point land. And Chris Mullin with 7. Antonio Davis with 9 and 3 boards. Dale Davis with 4 and 6 boards. 11 points off the bench for Travis Best, and Jalen Rose with 10 off the bench, including 1 for 2 from 3. Best was 2 for 5 from three-point land. Rick Smits with 6 points and 5 boards, an assist, a block. So playing well off the bench. And Derek McKee, pretty good off the bench too, 11 points and a board with a block and a steal. For the losing Nets, it's Sam Cassell with a disappointing day. He averages 20 a game and just 2, but he did have 2 for 6 assists and lots of rebounds. Just couldn't get the scoring going. Kerry Kittles with 14 points. He finally got the 3-ball going as he hit 3 3-pointers in the game. Kendall Gill just never had anything going. He did get some rebounds, but 5 points. 3 blocks, 1 steal, and 2 for 6 rebounds. But 5 points, very disappointing. Has missed everything. He was 1 for 3 from 3. Keith Van Horn wound up with 13. He had a pretty promising start to the second half and fizzled a little bit. So 15 and 3 is what he had. I don't know if I said 13. That's supposed to be 15. 24 points for Jason Williams with 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14 boards. So 24 and 14 for Jason Williams. And Edwards coming off the bench, Kevin Edwards with the bucket. And Sherman Douglas provided a little bit of a lift in the first half. Maybe we should have kept playing him a little bit. He had 8 points and an assist, including 2 for 2 from the three-point line. So this is a full game. You get a sense of everything, and it does play actually quite a bit quicker than it has played ever up to this point. And so really pleased with how the game comes out. Again, the only components that you're not seeing are this the shot charts, so the missed shots, the fast breaks, and all that kind of stuff. And then this is the at least the initial timing. So you just have you figure out how many possessions, and then you have all of your quarter and stuff like that. So you can use the TV timeouts and things like that to make sure that you stop the game, so that they're, when you make a bucket, typically the game doesn't stop unless you want it to stop. It doesn't have to stop. So on a TV timeout, even on a made basket, they would have to stop the clock. So yeah. This is it, and you got your six plays here. So 6 types of offenses that you can run, and you can run the same offense the whole game for the team, which is, once we settle on the motion offense, the Nets kind of picked up the pace a little bit. We could have run the pick and roll with them and got Sam Cassell a little bit more into the game than we did. But Jason Van Horn and Jason Williams were, getting into the game either with the motion offense or the low post. The ISO seemed really good for the Pacers. Also, the pick and roll was really good for them. So when you have Reggie Miller, you obviously are tempted to do the 3-point with Miller and Chris Mullin. The 3-point offense would have been good for them as well. So lots of scoring down the line for them. But typically, Reggie Miller is the concentrated point, and Chris Mullin, both of those 2 players are where most of the points are sort of concentrated on their team. And so you probably want something spot up, 3-point, something like that, ISO, to get them the ball as much as possible. So the game is really cool. The player cards are here. You can kind of see them. You can see them in my hand. I have a pretty big hand, so they're pretty small. You can imagine 5 across on a sheet of paper, but you can see, get that in nice and close. And you can see Sam Cassell. So it has points, rebounds, assists, minutes played, steals, and blocks. And then you have all of their sort of gameplay values that you play off of here. This number here represents their defensive prowess. And so if they're a minus, that's good. If they're a plus, they're not as good as the average. And yeah. If you have any questions or comments about the game, if you made it this far, first, thank you. Second, if you have any questions or comments about the game, leave them in the comment section below. If you have not subscribed to the channel, but you wish to, just click on subscribe. You'll get notified of new videos when I post them. And if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Super easy way to help out. I'll be releasing this whole season, 97-98, as in the NBA, as a demo season, and you'll be able to play with all of these different components that we have. I really like the score sheet now. It feels a lot better. And you'll get the clock, and you'll get everything that you need for the game, and be able to play yourself. When I figure out the possessions, all I do is I take the pace of both teams, I add them together, I divide by 2, and then I divide by 2 again, and that should give you your pace per quarter. Dividing by 2 once will give you the pace for each team for the game. So basically you're finding the average of their pace at that point. So that gives you each team's pace for the game, which if you break that down into quarters, that'll give you per quarter how many possessions you should allow. And I would go through and I would check this out, and maybe I can later, just to make sure that they're getting enough shots up compared to their averages. You know, basketball is kind of a back and forth game, so you want to make sure that total shots are where it's at. And if you can get to the total shots and you're using their percentages, then you should be able to get to the correct percentages, or at least accurate percentages for shooting. It seems like there's a lot of missing going on, but you know, there's a lot of missing that happens in a basketball game. Nobody shoots 80% all the time, and so you can see their shooting percentages are typically in the 40s or 50s, so half the shots that you take you're going to miss. So it's just the nature of basketball and the way that it goes. It's not like football where you complete 60 or 70% of your passes all the time. You're just going to have a lot of misses in basketball, and that's kind of where you have to deal with that. All right. Yeah, I think this is it. Again, be looking for this soon. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, that's where I'm going to post it first. You'll have a chance to download it from the files section, so you can go to Facebook groups, look up Clark and Addison Gaming Company, answer a few questions, and agree to the group rules, and I'll let you in. And then if you don't do that, I'm going to ask you to do it, so you might as well just do it the first time. It's a private group, so I don't want a bunch of spam or whatever. Not accusing you, just want to make sure that people go through proper vetting before getting in there, because I just don't want to deal with junk that comes with Facebook groups. And it'll keep everything on track for everybody who wants to talk about the games. You can get more information, updates. There are things I post there I don't post anywhere else. Sometimes it's special discounts and things like that at the shop. Speaking of, you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com and you can get 10% off. It's a Christmas sale from now until the end of December 22nd. So 11:59 Central Standard Time on December 22nd that will end. So this weekend you can get 10% off of almost every game from the Clark and Addison Gaming Company. There's one game that I host for another gamer that is not on sale, although it's pretty cheap to be able to get it. And actually 2 games. One is a quick play baseball game, and one is a quick play college football game. So you can check those out and pick those up. They don't cost very much anyway, and you can get 10% off of any of the deals in the store. You sometimes get some extra cross promotional discounts, so make sure you check in the cart if there's any sort of cross promotional discounts. I know for Play Action Football there are. You get a little break if you buy a couple of different seasons, and so you can sort of double up your discounts. So I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for making it all the way through to the end of this one. And again, if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments section. Be happy to get to them. If you like this game, just let me know, and we'll be getting it out very soon. All right, everybody have a Merry Christmas. I probably won't do a video before Christmas, and so hope that you have a Merry Christmas, that it's a good holiday season for you, and stay warm. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.